You're on.
Hey people, how's it going today? This is Chef Larry and we're back at it again. I had a lot of questions that people were asking me about several things. One of the things was how to plate up a meal. So I'm going to demonstrate the whole process of plating up the meal, the whole concept. So in restaurants, we look at plates as like a palette, like for our artists. So we look at it as a drawing, right? If we look on the inside perimeter of the plate, this is set up for a reason. So it's going to be plates like this and plates that gives you an indication of where the food should not go over this line, right? So while I'm plating this up, I'm going to show you something real simple, simple setup that I want you guys to try at home as dinner, right? I want you guys to take one day out of the week to set something up really nice for dinner for you and your family, or even for yourself. Real quick glass setup. Champagne flute. White wine glass. The white wine glass is going to be typically smaller than all the other glasses. Water glass. The water glass is probably going to be the first thing that they set on the table, and it's going to be at least this shape, and that's for just water. Red wine glass is going to be the biggest glass that you have on the table. So it's going to be either something like this or a goblet, something that holds a large amount of wine. So plates, we're going to start out with the plates. So typically we put the protein on the plate first, because normally the protein is like the biggest thing. And we're not going to overdo it. And one thing that we look for is height. So that's the protein. Then we're going to go with some vegetables. If you notice, I'm trying to keep inside the perimeter of the plate. And I'm going to show you how we finish everything up. Don't mind that. I know you guys are going to be like, oh, Chef Larry made a little mistake. Whatever. So we're going to do that. We normally have rags, and watch what a rag does. Wipe all of the mistakes up. You see that? Then notice that the colors of my vegetables are real bright. Try not to overcook your vegetables, because we want it to look really bright and neat, right? So you see, and we're keeping it on the inside of the perimeter. So far, so good. And look how bright everything is. We don't need a lot of food. And this is something that you guys struggling with, like weight issues and stuff. This is a good way of controlling your food intake. And then you always want to try to garnish the food with something nice. So that's a simple plate setup. This is something that I did earlier for a breakfast plate setup. So I want you guys to try this at home. I wanted to also talk about one other thing. Bring it in close there. My number one pet peeve is putting salt and pepper, hot sauce, and all of these condiments on your food before you taste it. Don't do it. I'll check you guys out next time.